Okay, so what is critical thinking? Well, according to the National Council for Excellence in Critical Thinking, Michael Scrivener and Richard Paul stated the following. Critical thinking is the intellectual discipline process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, applying, analyzing, synthesizing, and or evaluating information gathered from or generated by observation, experience, reflection, reasoning, or communication as a guide to belief and action. What in the world does all of that mean? Well, it means if I'm told something about, for instance, my car or about something I want to buy, is it best to me just to listen to my friends? Or should I actually go and do some research to find out about the product and the person who puts it out or the various places I can get it, looking at price, looking at quality, and then come to a decision? So in team-based learning, what are we talking about here? What is critical thinking? Well, it's as a team, we do the same process. We're told to look up something or come to an agreement about how to resolve a problem. And in the process of doing that, we don't just take the first thing that we look up on Google. We actually go further. We might look at Google Scholar. We might look in the dictionary. We might even, go to Wikipedia, but we don't go and look at what Wikipedia itself says. We go down and look at the resources in Wikipedia and where they got their information to make that entry in Wikipedia. And then we decide, once we've gathered enough information, what is our opinion? Where do we stand based on doing that research? So we just don't take the first thing that someone tells us. We actually look it up ourselves or as a team and decide, do we agree or disagree, and how come? That's part of the critical thinking. Now, what do researchers say? Well, according to a recent study by Molly Epsey, team-based learning actually is a way of enhancing critical thinking because the team goes through that process. In fact, she studied 650 different students at the beginning of the semester when they hadn't even known each other, and afterwards, and asked, what did you get from this class versus a traditional class where you didn't work in a team-based learning process, or the teacher just spoke to you and you worked by yourself. That's a little bit about critical thinking and how come we use team-based learning to help us learn to be better at critical thinking.